Well, I just sent you pictures, big guy. Did you get it? I got my new
Let me
mattress.
take a look.
Mattress and frame. I'm a fancy guy now. Fancy guy with fancy things.
There you go. Look at that. No more sleeping on cardboard for you.
It's pretty nice.
Oh, it's got lights underneath,
Yeah.
like in the movie theater.
I know, right?
That way you don't bump into stuff
Sure.
when you wake up. But I know why you guys got it. Is so you could check for monsters under the bed.
Absolutely.
You can't do that when you're older now. Your back hurts.
Movie guys, hit play, let it run. Eric Jordan, 2 takes, 1 fun, new flick, old flick, same mic, same vibe. If it's on that screen, they gon' go deep dive. Movie guys, say the word, we ride. From the big release to the late night guy, you cue it up, they keep the love. Movie guys, movie guys.
I don't know, Eric. I mean, we're in beginning of summer. We haven't had a large bag of popcorn yet, besides, well, Frankenstein. Is this going to do it? We're talking about Project Hail Mary. How the hell you doing, buddy?
I'm excited to talk about this one for you. This one was getting a lot of buzz, so I was anxious to watch this movie to see what all the gossip was about, all the talk, right? So,
Right.
Yeah, here we are watching it. It's it's a movie.
Oh, no, really?
We'll talk. This is originally from the book same name, Project Hail Mary, from the writer Andy Weir of The Martian fame.
So he wrote The Martian? With The Martian
wrote
was a
The
book
Martian.
first? Gotcha. I don't hate
Yeah.
the story. I think the story's pretty interesting. Like, it's not too far away. It sounds believable. It sounds like it could happen. You know, bacteria eating our sun. Sure. Why not?
I'm all for it. I enjoy like the science aspect of it. I'm sure that there is more detail in the book. I did not read the book. The same level of humor in this movie is the same level of humor in The Martian, which I can appreciate.
Okay.
I've been there when you're in kind of a hopeless or dark situation. You look to humor to lighten the mood a little bit.
Oh, I think this
So
movie's
I feel like he's the type.
I think this movie's extremely dark. I mean, there's comedic moments in it, but I feel this movie is one of the most disturbing, saddest movies I have seen. I'm not doing a bit. I'm not doing a bit at all. Like, this movie's incredibly sad. Like, this is a depressing movie.
Well, I like Ryan Gosling in this role. I think it's a very Ryan Gosling role.
I like his
It is.
screams. I like his, like, random, like, just screams. It's great.
He kind of plays like the same goof in a lot of different movies, and that's fine. It worked for this movie. You got to find a movie that it works for. It works for this, but yeah, in the near future, the movie starts with him waking from a coma,
Right.
and he doesn't really know what is going on, and he has to piece it all together. From what I understand in the book, it like will come to him in memory flashback, where
Right.
in the movie it just is a story flashback.
Oh, I didn't take that from the movie. I thought that it was memory. I thought that by the end of this movie, he knew exactly how he got there.
I think it starts to go that way, but there is nothing in the movie that would suggest that it is an actual memory as far as it's presented. Usually you'd get the flashback scene with like some sort of maybe a hazy filter around the sides, or I guess in the book it was more of like he would do an action. He would be doing something and then he would freeze because the memory would come back to him and he's just in that narration, in his memory of what is happening. Whereas in this movie, it feels like we're getting a back and forth, two different streams right? Where it's him in the future now, and then how it got there, came to be.
Okay. Well, okay, that's interesting because I thought by the end of this movie he knew exactly everything. Who are these directors? Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. Looks like they're a duo. Um, if there's anything that we have seen, do they get golden headphones? Let's check these guys out. They did. Oh, they directed the first. Okay, so they did Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs. They did the remake of 21 Jump Street, Lego Movie.
Yeah.
They did 22 Jump Street, and they have done
keep
nothing.
going.
They've done nothing until this. So their last movie was 12 years ago that they directed.
Yeah. They did a lot of production and writing. So I guess they did Lego Movie 2. They did Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse.
They did Solo.
They're going to be doing the new Spider movie, Beyond the Spider-Verse. They were producers on your favorite movie, The Sheep Detectives.
Were they? Let's see. Oh yeah, they were. They also were producers for Cocaine Bear. Okay, so these guys are everywhere.
They're doing projects, right? So
they've done a lot of television too. They were directors on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Last Man on Earth. Okay, Clyde with the Chance of Meatballs show. Oh, they are executive producers on Spider Noir.
Yeah, they are doing a lot of like the Spider and the Legoverse movies. It seems like they are like almost like a junior Russo brother. You know, the Russo brothers really were a power duo that did a lot of movies and they did a lot of TV shows. So it seems like that's just they're the guys.
And for you,
right
for How I Met Your Mother fans, Phil Lord, one of the directors, played Too Much Tongue Guy in that episode.
Yeah.
So these guys are everywhere. All right. So how do these guys get this movie? I would say this movie's more serious than any movie that they've really made before, right? These guys are goofballs, but classy goofballs. You say this isn't scary movie territory. This is, besides Cocaine Bear. These, 21, 22 Jump Street. Those are goofy movies.
Yeah, well, I feel that whoever has the right to Andy Weir's stuff, which is because the first movie was Martian was 20th Century Fox. So I wonder if they, I guess, I don't know, if Andy was able to sell it to MGM, which is Amazon now, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess they won the bidding war on that for his next book. So I don't know. Some authors just are on a roll with any book that they make. It will eventually turn into some sort of television or movie. And I think that's the goal for a lot of authors, at least nowadays, is to write something that becomes popular enough to where you could sell it on screen. I know that it's happening for a lot of series, and there's a lot of talks for them to adapt into that right now. I'll leave my rumors because I know that my wife reads a lot of fantasy books, and there's a few series that are in talks of becoming their own. So,
well, it looks like Gosling. This is his second space movie. He did First Man in 2008. He played Neil Armstrong, and now he's doing Dr. Ryland Grace. Where's he at in this career? He did Barbie, Fall Guy. He's doing Star Wars Starfighter. Okay, so he's getting into space now.
I think he's just doing everything, man.
Why not?
He's doing everything. Yeah.
So that's kind of the history of this movie. This movie was a book, not a very big cast. But yeah, so from what I'm seeing here, it was 2032, so not too far off. But there's this there's this bacteria. I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to talk to you. So from what I got from this movie is that there's this bacteria from Mercury, and it skips Venus, and it goes to the sun, and this bacteria is starting to eat the sun. And they make it very clear that if it continues to do this, then Earth is going to have a second ice age in 30 years.
Yeah, you're close. The microorganism is called astrophase, and it actually is forming from the sun and going in and being attracted to Venus.
So I had it opposite. Okay.
Yeah, and it forms because they can use infrared to track it or to get a visual on it, and they would then forms what they call a Petrova line, where it's basically a route from the sun to Venus, and that's
so it started from the sun and it's going to Venus and it's destroying Venus too. What is this bacteria doing?
Breeding.
Right, but breeding
Seems
and
like
eating. Breeding and eating, is that what it's doing?
Yeah, I guess it's attracted to the CO2 on Venus, and it's able to, sustain its life. It's able to breed and survive with that. And the first part of the movie is recognizing what the problem is, identifying it, and then you get like these science moments of where Dr. Ryan Gosling, Grace, we'll just call him Grace, is testing a bit more of what this could possibly be. He's recruited because he is a middle school science teacher, and he's a pretty cool one too. But he wrote a paper a while back that challenged the norm, and it blacklisted him or blackballed him from the industry, which means he had to go into teaching, and now the government or the Illuminati or whoever you want to call it has come in and said, hey, listen, remember this thing that you wrote? Well, it seems like some pretty good stuff, and it's really relevant to what's going on right now. Let's bring you on board. And he goes, okay, I'm just a very attractive science teacher in the public school system. Definitely not like that Chris Pratt movie that we watched a couple years ago. Oh, you forgot about it. That's right, you did, because it's a horrible-ass movie, Jordan.
Is that the one where he goes to war in the future?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't remember the name of it.
It's called Cardigan-Wearing Science Teacher.
It was a COVID movie. We've seen a lot of Drek during that time. No, Ryan Gosling looked great. Besides, I wish he had the elbows. Wish he had like the leather elbows,
Leather pads.
yeah, leather pads. He wrote a paper saying, again, correct me if I'm wrong, and what got him blacklisted was life didn't need water. Like he was like figuring that out.
Yeah, and I don't know why that would get him blackballed, because it does
Pretty
seem
silly.
like a common theory that I know that Carl Sagan had said that too, that we are a more of a hydrogen based, but like there could be civilizations out there in theory that list off of like carbon based or I hope I'm not mixing those two up, but like another element that they could be used to survive and evolve from.
We're podcasters.
Kind of a generally
Nobody cares.
We are idiots.
We don't know these things. So Grace Gosling gets blacklisted because he writes theses and papers that maybe we don't need water. So he becomes a high school teacher, and then he gets recruited. But Amy Pascal here? Who's she play in this? I'm trying to find her name. Right?
Ava Stratt.
Ava's her name?
Yes, Ava, and it's Sandra Hüller.
Oh, okay. Wait, it's not Amy Pascal.
No.
Who she play? I'm sorry.
Jordan, I get it.
I'm sorry.
All white women look alike. Yeah.
I'm so stupid. I'm sorry, everybody. I was looking at the produced by. Okay, so starring. There we go. Okay, what has she done? Does she get golden headphones yet?
I don't think so. I watched her in The Zone of Interest.
Well, just because you watch her doesn't mean no. She does not get the golden headphones. It's all German films.
Yeah, it's German film. She's a German actress. But yeah, once you see Zone of Interest, you can't unsee it. So,
Well, I would love to see it. So she has complete power. The Illuminati, fucking the Illuminati.
Jordan, this is a PG-13 movie.
That was my one.
You're allowed your one.
I'm allowed my one. I apologize. Whoever the governments give her complete control, and she's recruiting him and other scientists, and she wants him to figure out how to breed this bacteria. Is that what she wants him to do?
He is one of many different scientists globally that are working to get an answer. Not necessarily a breed, but like find out more of what the astrophage is, and if it has a reaction, a weakness, a strength. Just give me answers.
And he finds out that the astrophage is attracted by light. That's what he discovers.
No, carbon dioxide.
They turn off the lights and then they vanish, and he flips out. And he's like, "Oh my god!"
They are trying to recreate Venus's atmosphere, and by turning off the light, they're just using it to turn on the infrared so they can see it.
Ah, okay. So they're trying. Okay, so the carbon astrophase is attracted to carbon monoxide.
Dioxide.
Tomato, tomato.
It is not.
I know, but everybody that heard that would find that funny. Um, um, so I'm not going to go in order with this movie because, but okay, so they keep him on, and now he's trying to figure out more things about the astrophase to where he now gets recruited, and he's a part of Project Hail Mary that the world government is going to put together astronauts on a suicide mission. There's not enough fuel or astrophage to come back. That was the confusing part to me. So they're not using fuel. Okay, I'm sorry. They find that there is one star, like another sun, in the galaxy that's not been infected by this stuff. So they want to send astronauts to that star to figure out why. Correct?
Yeah. Tau Ceti, I think, is the star's name.
Why do they use astrophage for fuel? Because even say we don't have why don't they just use fuel?
They
Not
said
enough?
they don't have enough. It's just not enough to what they have. With the astrophage, they can use it to basically get them there faster, and it is a very unstable material. They've said that in the movie. I don't know how deep they go into it in the book, but it is unstable and it can explode. But I guess anything that's going to go that fast is probably going to be pretty unstable. But they can basically use it, feed it CO2 enough to where it can, I guess, reproduce and give enough propulsion in their ship to get it there fast.
Okay, so I'm confused. So in the beginning of the movie,
It's like a semi-renewable
energy
resource. I want to say that just because like they have enough of it to like get there, enough to where they put it in their chamber and it can breed itself and make propulsion, because every time it breeds it I guess emits some sort of thing that would thrust, I guess, it forward or whatever. But they only have so much, and then they'd have to obviously give it a fuel source. So there was only so much. That's what I got out of it. I hope there's more detail of it somewhere else. So
Well, okay, so help me understand this. So astrophage is this microscopic bacteria that's just eating the sun. That's it. That's
Yes.
what it is. So they have captured billions of these things, and that helps them create some sort of a fuel power to get to this other star.
They're finding that out. Like that's in the first half of the movie is them discovering more about it, what it is, and they realize, oh, we can actually do this. I think another thing that's confusing in the movie part, at least, is what the actual span of time is from
Yes.
when they first recruit Ryan Gosling to, because I know it says it starts in the year 2032, and in the classroom, Dr. Grace says that to the kids that maybe like 30 years until the sun becomes dim enough to where we on Earth are going to notice the change, where the heat was going to drop 15 degrees or something like that, where it would be noticeable in the daylight, in the crops that grow, in the agriculture. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they would notice, but it doesn't mean ice age yet. We don't know when an ice age would happen.
Well, you would think that eventually the astrophage wouldn't just stop at 15%. It would probably just keep on going. Petri dish theory. You keep on going until it's gone.
Wasn't there like a Futurama episode or something like this where it's like something kept on eating until the world was destroyed? Oh my God, we've seen this before. Simpsons, Futurama.
Was it the brains?
Was it the brains?
Maybe.
Sounds like something like that.
I'm still doing a rewatch of Simpsons, so I think I need to
Okay.
do Futurama next.
Why I said in the beginning of this episode that this movie is really dark and sad. It's the end reveal, but like I said, I don't want to talk about the movie, out of order. Like I want to talk about the storyline of it. Is that Grace, Ryan Gosling, is starting to kind of develop a little bit of a relationship with Sandra Huller, a little bit, right? Not like a sexual thing, but more of like a flirtatious or friends kind of relationship. And
Yeah, sure.
and the astronauts that signed up for the suicide mission, like die, like in an accident, like a big fire happens, like a big explosion happens.
Yeah. When Grace, in his separate laboratory with him and Carl, the security agent there, cracked the code.
I like Carl.
Well, get some answers of the astrophase. Yeah, everyone likes Carl. He goes to the next level, which is on, I guess, an air carrier in the middle of the ocean. And she says, all right, well, you can continue your work here. It's then said to him that the reason why they're on an airship in the middle of the ocean is because this material is very unstable. And he's like, well, if it blows up, man, it'll blow up like a half part of California or half the size of California. And she goes, yeah, that's why we're in the ocean. So
Makes sense.
it happens.
But there's a big explosion, and this is where it gets dark for me, where she confronts him. Sandra Huller's character confronts him and is like, hey, bud, this is a suicide mission. You don't have any family. You don't have a wife. You have nobody. You're the only person we trust. We need you to do Project Hail Mary. We need you to be an astronaut. And he's just like, no, I'm not an astronaut. Now, this is the end of the movie. This is the big twist or big reveal, but for the sake of the story, which I believed him in this, which is great to have somebody like Ryan Gosling in this role because I believed him, because I would say the same thing. Like, I can't even moonwalk. You expect me to be an astronaut? Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing? Like, no. And what broke my heart, truly broke my heart, because throughout the whole movie we got to know this character, is that we see the reveal of, like, she was like, hey, guess what? You have to go. You have to give us an answer. I'll see you in 3 hours. And she knew exactly what he was going to say. He was like, I'm not doing this. And she's like, we knew we were going to say that. So now we're going to put you into an induced coma, and you're going against your will. And I'm just like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
She's like, you are my answer. You are it. That's I'm not asking. It's so I'd asked HR about this, and she said that in the book they made it a bit more clear that the induced coma, or the coma that they are inducing, that a small percentage of people are able to survive that.
Oh my God. So this was a complete roll of the dice.
They said like 1 in 7,000. Well, there's the thing is that he was tested for it. I think I might be making that up. I hope I'm not. But I think that the pilots and the astronauts that were selected for the mission were done in even more regard that they could pass this test, or or maybe it just goes to show how rare or how lucky Grace was to pass this.
Oh, it broke my heart. I'm just like, because he's running, and it's funny because it's Ryan Gosling, and anytime Ryan Gosling does movies where he's funny, he's right off the set of The Nice Guys every time for me.
Yeah.
And it's like he's funny, so I'm like kind of laughing when he's running away and he's freaking out and he's like jumping on the desk to escape these people. But like I'm laughing, but then I think about it after I watch. I'm just like, I think you and I would do the same thing. Like, no. Like, all you would say is just no. And just run away. And, like, this poor guy gets put into this coma, which I didn't know 1 in 7,000. That's crazy. So she was putting all of her balls in his court. Like, that's nuts.
She did not have a whole lot of cards left to play. And I get it. They're under a time crunch already. They have to act fast. There's an answer staring right in front of you. You can't ask. All right, get him on the ship. We'll worry about next steps later. Now, I'm sure they're doing that. I'm sure that they are investing all this option into that spaceship while trying their best to do something else. They're not just going to sit there and hold their breath. They're going to try to find another...
Yeah. Maybe get a bunch of oil drillers and train to be astronauts for a month and then split the rock, That could happen.
Why don't they just train the astronauts to drill the oil, Jordan?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. Anyway. So this is where the movie starts now, right? This is where Ryan Gosling wakes up. He has a long hair. He has a long beard. He doesn't know who he is. And he sees 2 other astronauts dead. How did they die? The 2 astronauts, did they die because of this coma, and that's what killed them? Or it's not said, is it?
It's never really said. And
what do you think?
Use your imagination.
Do you think they died of the induced coma?
Yes. I
because
think
because I'm confused. The reason I'm asking that is because he's doing calculations with the long hair and the beard, right? And at the bottom of this dry erase board, it puts 113 years. So then I say out loud when I'm watching this movie, I'm like, oh, it takes 113 years for him to get from Earth to this star. But then at the end of the movie, before credits, they're like, we can get you back to Earth in 4 years. So I'm just kind of confused on, like, was it 113?
Was it 113 or was it 11.3?
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I had to talk with HR about this, and again, apparently the book goes into more detail about this. I am no scientist. I am no astrophysicist.
You're a podcaster.
I am. Yeah. I'm no quantum mechanic. Okay. But I am a podcaster, so that makes me qualified, of course, in this day and age of.
I would.
2026.
I would trust you.
It is in regards to relativity. I was speaking with her about it because if it takes that long, okay, so on Earth, they say 30 years from this point until the sun starts really having some effect.
Right.
30 years. So I would still think, and again, I'm sure someone has done the math somewhere, whether it be in the book or online, but to send that spaceship from Earth to Tausenti, like that's a long way away. So whether it be like 11 years, and then to get there, and then however long he's spending there to do his work and find the cause and to find the fix for their problem here, then to record it and then to send it back. So it was 11 years to get there. That means you would think with his probes that he's sending back 4 of them that it's got to take equally the same amount, if not slower, to go back. So even in real time, that's 11 years there and 11 years back. It's 22 years, man. Like,
you're kind of close.
We're not even taking into account relativity.
Okay, so this is where I call BS, and tell me if I'm stupid on this, but the plan is these astronauts just died in an explosion, a freak accident. We are going to force this guy against his will, essentially kill him, and put him into an induced coma for him to wake up and kind of have amnesia and not know what he is or what he's doing, in hopes that he will find the star and collect samples to send back to Earth. That seems like a horrible plan because he wakes up with amnesia. How is he going to know what to do?
I don't think. Well, I'm sure there's documentation and stuff on board of the Project Hail Mary of Mary to fill him in with everything. I'll leave out those other details, of course. But
right, but
even so, that's just a side effect of the coma. As we know, when he wakes up, he's starting to remember things, so he probably remembers the mission.
So this is where he sees another spaceship. Fun little comedic thing, right? This spaceship looks really cool, and it follows his every move. It's trying to throw. It has robots on it. It has robot arms, trying to throw messages at him, right? So is he at the star? Because I don't see the star. Is he there, or does he just run into the spaceship?
No, he's there.
He's there.
He's within range. It's not like, where it's like Sunshine, where he's like right next to the star.
Sure.
Orbiting it. He is within a reasonable, in the Goldilocks zone of the star.
Gotcha. And we find out that this other spaceship is manned by a 5-legged crab-like alien. I'm going to read this from the planet 40 Erderon A system. And they become buddies. This movie becomes a boy and his dog, right? Like, I didn't think I would like Rocky. I get introduced to Rocky. I mean, like, it's a 5-legged crab-like rock creature. What a horrible design. A stupid design. Like, just really stupid.
Okay, I will say that the issue that they gave where Ava was talking to Grace and saying, not only is it our star, but it seems like all the neighboring stars are every star is having this issue. It is just spreading out. It's a disease. It's cancer. It's going on and affecting all the stars, except this one. And it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. It gets me going a little bit. All right, so why not this one? Mystery. Let's go. We're gonna send you there to get some answers. Okay, I like that. Go there. I like that there's another spaceship there. Oh, that's interesting. Obviously, this isn't just a one world problem.
Human problem, yeah.
Human problem. That this is another thing. Another civilization is also having this problem here too. I like that. That's pretty cool. I like that it's only one. That it's not multiple aliens that are all there. I like that it's just the one. So I think that's nice. Given the, I guess, probability of other life in the galaxy anyway, in the universe. But okay, I like that. So we get this back and forth moment of them trying to do first contact and communicate, and it's silly. I mean, it's the tense moment there. You don't really know if what they're there for. You can assume though that you're both there for the same thing.
Sure, yeah. I mean, for this kind of movie, this movie's not alien, right? So I'm not thinking that this rock crab creature is out to kill him. I said it was a stupid design, but I really dug Rocky. Eventually, Grace names him Rocky because they also show him, and it's literally a boy and his dog. It's so much fun, these two together, and I didn't think I would care. My arms were folded, right? When Rocky showed up at literally at Grace's doorstep in this glass ball that he's in, kind of like a hamster ball, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, my arms are folded. I'm like, this is stupid. This is borderline that Spider Spaceman movie that you and I watched with,
Spaceman.
Spaceman. Yeah, I was like, this is Spaceman. Like, this is getting bad. But as the movie went on, though, what Spaceman failed on was that I ended up caring about the characters. I actually really, really liked Rocky in this. I didn't think I would. But, like, eventually these two become just, like, pals, best buds. One would say they could do a podcast together. And, like, Rocky's, like, just throughout the whole spaceship, Grace's spaceship, he makes, like, this glass, tunnels, essentially, for him to live in. They say something, they only say it once, but Grace puts his hand into this little chute or whatever to get to something rock, and he goes, "Oh, it's really, really hot." So evidently, that's why Grace's planet is not being ate by the Astroface, because it's so hot and it's killing them because he's a rock. That's the way I took it.
No. His planet is their star is the same thing. They're having the same issue that Earth is.
Okay.
It's very hot on their planet, and their sun is cooling because of the astrophase, and so they're having the same issues. And so they send out their crew and their spaceship to get the same answers. And I'm so very much glad, again, that I talked to HR about a lot of questions from the book. I guess that Rocky's planet and species survives in temperatures that are like 300 times hotter than humans.
Holy God. Well, that makes sense. They're rocks.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So, Rocky, we find out, is just as smart as Grace, and they're going to go to the planet Adrian?
It's Tau Centi E, but he called it Adrian. He called it Adrian because he asks Rocky who his mate's name is, because if you're discovered, then you get to name it. Rocky tries to convey his mate's name, but he speaks in
Rockinese.
like.
You like that? That was so stupid. That was terrible.
Yeah, he speaks in more of like a vibration,
Sure.
I guess, language, where it comes off as like tone and music to us, but it's just in vibration. So sings a very lovely song saying that's his mate's name, and so Grace just says, "Oh, you're Rocky. I'm just gonna name it Adrian."
So then they come up with a plan where they're going to go to the planet Adrian, and they're going to just scoop up a bunch of astrophase and study it and figure out. No.
They are going around that planet first because they were talking with each other, and they noticed that the same Petrova line that it has in our solar system and Rocky's solar system is also in this one. And they can probably assume that the same Petrova line is in the other ones as well, too. That it starts in a sun, or even maybe multiple, but it starts in a sun, then the astrophase is then attracted to another planet or body with CO2 or with carbon dioxide in it. But for this particular planet, for some reason, it is attracted to it, but then it doesn't reproduce. The astrophage just goes there and like it just stops. So I was like, okay, well that's interesting. And then they theorize that there's might be something that's killing it. It's stopping it from reproducing. They see that there's gas in its orbit. And so they thought, all right, well, let's see if we can get a sample. Rocky is able to make a chain that's
ridiculously
like,
long.
Yeah. 50 kilometer or 50, yeah, something like that. Crazy long. And yeah. So they go to in orbit, they go to low orbit, they scoop it down, they get some samples in a very exciting moment, right? And yeah, they get the sample.
They get the sample, but then something happens though, right? Where it's like they didn't calculate it right to where the astrophase mixed with the CO2 means it's gonna leak out and like
no,
it's just
they get burned up in the atmosphere a bit, and so they lose stability.
That's
they
what
lose
it is.
control of the spaceship, and Grace gets knocked out, and he's trying to, I guess, separate one of the tanks that got affected by the low orbit, and it's bleeding the astrophase fuel, and it's being attracted to the planet, so it's pierced a hole through the fuel tank. He's out. Grace has been knocked out because of physics. You get hit his head pretty hard. So Rocky, in order to save him, leaves his chamber and helps Grace. And obviously it nearly kills Rocky.
right.
Grace comes to, gets help from the robot that's on board. They're in orbit. Yeah, he sees Rocky, thinks that Rocky's dead.
I think Rocky's dead. Do you think Rocky's
sad
dead?
Moment.
I thought Rocky was dead.
I thought Rocky was going to die from the moment I saw him.
Rocky's supposed to die because he said that his entire ship, his entire crew is dead. He was the last one standing. So Rocky was supposed to die in this kind of movie.
I would have guessed that, right? Old Yeller gets shot at the end.
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm watching Homer Bound, and Chance is not going to come back at this one.
I think it was Shadow, right?
I was thinking the second one, but okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because the second one is what I know the most of. But anyway.
That was an old dog, and that thing should have stayed in that hole. Oh, wait, no. Chance is the one that fell in the hole. No, Shadow was the one that... All right, we're talking about different movies.
We can do that in another extravaganza part 2.
There you go.
Oh, no, wait. Nostalgia Extravaganza Strikes Back.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Nothing but... Okay, should we do animal movies?
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah.
That'll be an off-air discussion, people. Okay, so we think Rocky's dead. Rocky's not dead. But these two have figured it out, and now they got to go their separate ways. The movie is trying to get an emotion out of me of them saying goodbye to each other every time he turns around and waves goodbye, and Rocky does the thumbs down but supposed to be thumbs up kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. But then they go their separate ways, but then Grace goes to hypersleep, but he can't because they miscalculated something with the astrophase to where he can't. Something's happening to his ship to where he's not going to have enough fuel anyway.
So here's the thing, is that he, in their moment, Grace and Rocky, in their moment of talking and sharing their stories, Grace admits that this was a one-way trip, that he doesn't have enough fuel to get back. Rocky says, oh, well, I'll give you enough fuel. It'll just make me have a longer trip on my way home, but I can get home still, and you can get home as well, too. So
right.
He's got plenty of astrophage, apparently. So Grace is like, all right, cool. I guess I'm going home. So that whole thing where they go into Adrian's orbit, get the microorganisms, the predator, as they call it, and that whole thing happens where Rocky is recovering, right? While he's recovering, Grace is doing the tests, and he makes the cure. He makes a counteractive. Basically, he's able to replicate or synthesize the predator to where it's able to kill, neutralize, eradicate the astrophage, right? Got to be very careful with it, obviously, because it fuels the astrophage. The chamber that he used to test this, though, was the xenonite chamber that Rocky had helped him with.
Right.
Because Rocky is made, or a lot of the material that he has is made from xenon, and that's a gas. So that's what Grace was like, well, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. So he has this new material that he dubbed xenonite.
Okay.
Anyway, as they were separating, and Grace is on his way back, something is alerting that the predator, or the astrophage has evolved and is now bleeding through and leaking, and wondering why. It's because in its chamber that they were using it to control in, or create the cure, it is able to, the astrophage, evolve and eat through the xenonite. Well, Rocky, his whole ship and everything is xenonite, and he has the same stuff that Grace has. So Grace says, oh no, that means that Rocky will never get home, because that stuff will eat through his entire spaceship and kill Rocky.
So he turns around and goes to save Rocky.
So I'm going to include everything in the probes. I'm going to send the probes back to Earth with the samples, with the information, with my video logs, with everything. And I'm going to go save Rocky.
And he goes to Rocky. Eventually, Rocky hears the knocks, and the two are together again, and they're all happy.
Yep, they get the new, get the old astrophage and the predator out, get the new one in, able to have a new, I guess, controlled cure, and Grace ends up on Rocky's planet.
That's where I start to turn in the movie, because Grace, I'm like, he's yeah. So I'm into the movie. You and I already reviewed Blade Runner, right? And I already admitted that I like hard sci-fi. And this movie, I would argue, was in the same category as Blade Runner. It's kind of hard sci-fi a little bit. You have to be in a mood to watch this movie. It's like the same category as Contact as well.
Sure.
And so I'm into it. It's fine. I'm not complaining at all. I'm enjoying it. It's very pretty to look at. But then I'm thinking at the end of the movie, okay, he's in his spaceship and he walks out and it's like, oh, it's on a beach. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. The rock creatures literally made a biodome.
Yeah.
And he's now a teacher teaching rock children. I'm like, oh, right. You need to cut all of that. You need to have them have a hug and say, hey, guys, we're going to figure things out. Everything's going to be okay. He calls back to Earth and be like, hey, things are happening, or whatever happens. Have him teach the rock children at the end was pretty bad.
Rocky does tell him that the scientists have prepared the Hail Mary for its return to Earth. And I think the movie ends the same way the book ends, where Grace considers if he even wants to go back to Earth, and he is happy teaching these
rock kids.
The rock kids, yeah.
Pop rocks.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. In the Talmiba. Talmiba is what the cure is, what the organism that is able to, I guess, eat the astrophage is called. Not like it matters. Who cares?
So popcorn rating. I'm going to give mine. I'm really hoping that you agree with me, just because we need to do it.
We don't need to do anything, Jordan.
We don't need to do anything, but we need to. I'm gonna give this
Don't
one
you
a.
dare.
I'm gonna give it a large.
You're doing it a large just because you feel like we need more larges?
We haven't had a large universally. Universally? That a word?
Hey.
We haven't had a large since this winter with Frankenstein. And I would argue that this movie is a good movie. I mean, that this movie is very good to look at. Ryan Gosling is acting great in it. I don't think the story is too far-fetched. I like the story. I like the idea of there's this bacteria that is eating the sun and you're going to all die. Like, okay. I like that concept. I like the boy and the dog thing. I thought him and Rocky were fun with each other. The only thing I didn't like was there were a lot of moments in the movie where it was dry, and the ending was very stupid with him teaching rock kids. Pop rocks, as I said. But the movie's still good. I mean, the movie's still a good movie. So, I mean, like when people like, so that's where I kind of base my large off of is like, hey, have you heard your project? Have you heard your project film? Oh yeah, Hail Mary, it's fun. Check it out. It's about a boy and a rock. You'll love it. Have you ever heard of My Pet Rock? That's what this is. And it seems like I'm talking crap about it, but I'm trying to see where I hate it. And if I don't hate it, I'm not going to give it anything low. So yeah, a large for me. I enjoyed what I got. It had too many endings, but I mean, it's not the worst. So I'm gonna go a large. Eric, it's your call. What's your popcorn rating for Project Hail Mary?
Oh God. Like I enjoyed this movie. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. It just didn't blow me away. I enjoyed the science aspect of it. I think that's very interesting. I think that's great. I enjoyed a lot of parts of this movie. I enjoyed that little twist at the end where we got to find out that Grace was put on this mission unwillingly. Like
that was good.
He was knocked out, and like, oh, that's a great piece.
Yeah,
I like that. I agree with you in the ending where it just seemed like, oh God, we're still going on this. He's going home. Oh no, he's not going home. All right, okay, are we gonna end it here? Oh no, he's on the planet. And it's like, oh my good, just wrap it up at this point. Jeez, I get it. They saved the world, saved the universe, cool, and kept on going and going. This runtime was a bit more, I don't know, 2.5. It felt like 2.5. It's a fun movie. I don't have any other gripes other than maybe some details that I missed out in the movie that may have been left in the book. And that, yeah, you're right. It's a boy and his dog type of movie. I don't see myself watching this movie again.
Yeah, I agree.
So there's the rewatchability part. Again, it's a fun movie, but I know you want me to go large, so you don't have to put in the category.
You don't have to.
I kind of have to go medium on here just because
right.
I enjoy it. I really did. But it's a great movie that I'm never gonna watch again.
Well, we have some good movies coming up this summer, so maybe we'll get some stuff coming up this summer. I'm just getting a little nervous.
Mortal Kombat 2 is out. I got a Mortal Kombat 2 coming out. That's gonna be a large bag.
Yeah, I mean, like there could be movies coming out. I'm just getting a little nervous because we're like 6 months into our season, and we have one large bag that you weren't even a part of. We have Frankenstein right now as best film of the year, and that's it. Hey, who was nominated for film of the year? Frankenstein. Well, I guess that wins. So yeah. But this movie is pretty. This movie's a lot better than Avatar.
Do you think that like it would have been if like let's say Rocky did die? Do you think it would have made any sense if Grace used one of the probes to send it to the planet, the Rocky's planet, have it like load up with all the information, Obviously,
No.
there's a translator on there. He could translate.
No, what I would rather see is Rocky die and then him going to hypersleep back to Earth, and we don't know if he goes to Earth or we don't know if he gets to Earth or not. Like the movie just ends with him sleeping. That's how I would have ended it, but that's my opinion. So,
Dang. Okay.
but well, everybody, thank you so much for listening to this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can check us out movieguyspodcast at pompey.com or wherever you get your podcast from. We're on that platform. Eric, thanks so much for joining me. We'll be back next week for another awesome episode. Have a good night.
Movie guys, hit play, let it run. Eric Jordan, 2 takes, 1 fun, new flick, old flick, same mic, same vibe. If it's on that screen, they gon' go deep dive. Movie guys, say the word, we ride. From the big release to the late night guy, you cue it up, they keep it love. Movie guys, movie guys.
I had that in college in our dorm rooms. No, I mean, so this it was pretty easy. So, for context, if we use this for the stuff, went to Denver Mattress, and the guy was like, "Hey, you guys looking for a mattress?" And I was like, I had to make a joke. I was like, "Yeah, we've never bought a mattress before." And he's like, "What are you sleeping on?" And I said, "A $500 mattress that in 2015 was the scariest purchase in our lives at that point." You know, he's like, "Oh, I remember those days, right?" He goes, "What are you looking at?" And I was like, "Everybody's buying purple. Show me that purple." You know. And it was cool. You know, like they showed us some reasonable price ones, and they had this little plastic thing you palm your hands down, right, to kind of like demonstrate how awesome a purple mattress is, you know. And it was cool. But what Gene and I noticed is there's 2 different types of mattresses on the tops. You got the pillow top that kind of looks like it's been quilted, right? And it has like the buttons, if you will, or what looks like buttons.
Yes.
And you have a flat top. Gene and I like a flat top. What about you? Do you like a flat top? Or do you like the pillow?
Are you familiar with the story, The Princess and the Pea?
No, enlighten me.
I think you know it. Kind of a fairy tale of sorts where the princess can feel a pea under the mattress because she's such a that's the type of sleeper that she is.
I was
Right.
I was told that ladies were supposed to put a pea in between their knees.
We must have read different stories.
Go ahead.
Either way, what I'm trying to say is that I am that princess, Jordan. I like a very, very soft bed. I like to sink into the bed. You know what? Princess and the Pea was bed analogy. How about Uncle Fester from Addams Family?
I knew you were talking.
Just sink in there. That's what I like. When Sarah and I first met, my bed, I had a Tempur-Pedic topper on top of the bed.
Oh.
So it was like a 2 or 3 inch, I think it was 2 inch, like topper, foam topper on top of the bed, and it was great because I'd go in there and I would just sink. It's like, oh God, I love this. This is great. And no, not anymore. The bed that we have right now, we went to like a mattress sale and we got to try them all out. And the selling point, I believe, for Sarah was that we could lay down in there and I was moving around. She's like, oh, great. I can't feel you move. We're going to get this bed. I was like, well, all right.
What's the brand name?
She likes a stiff bed. She likes it close to this being like a thing of plywood, I swear.
Do you remember what the name brand was?
No.
Doesn't matter. Okay. Well, like...
I don't think it was a Serta or like a something. I don't know.
Well, for Gina and I, we don't agree on 99% of things, but we do agree on a bed, believe it or not. And we fell in love with the Sealy flat top firm bed. So, memory foam, cooling gel, to where it's not the and their selling point is it's not the yellow memory foam. It's not your dad's memory foam.
Oh, I'll make it yellow.
Yes, you will. So, so we were shopping around, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, when we were at Denver, and we went to other places, but they had Doctor's Choice, was their brand?
I don't trust that one bit.
I Googled it in front of the sales guy, and I was like, where does Doctor's Choice rank in mattresses? And it ranks in the top 10, which is fine.
Yeah, I'm sure they all. But like a Doctor's Choice, I don't understand. Like what school did you go to?
It's
like
a brand.
Did you go there with Dr. Scholl?
Yes.